What's going on,
Howdy,
YouTube?
Jaws.
Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome to the live edition of our podcast. What episode are we on? Is this 12?
14?
14.
This is
12? It's your 12.
It's my
Our
12.
14.
Yeah, it's my 12. I was
Well,
counting.
no, actually, as you as a variant, it's your second.
Right. Just me as Chris is 12, but me personally, this is my second, correct?
See Harris.
Yeah,
That's your new name.
Oh, so
that's my variant name.
Your middle name is Jimmy, right?
James, same thing, actually, kind of,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. What's your middle name, Alex? Is it Riley?
No.
You wait. You get two more guesses.
What's the? I need the initial.
L.
Oh, L. Okay, I was gonna guess Bartholomew.
You want
so
the
that's
you want
not
the
a
country
guess.
of origin?
Yeah, do you want the country of origin?
Sure. What country of origin?
Look behind you.
France.
I was gonna guess Luigi, but now I'm not guessing that. Lewis.
No, but close.
Ooh. Luis. No.
I was gonna say you didn't even say it in a French accent.
Lucifer.
No, it's Legier.
What? Is
Legier.
that a real
Lu-
name?
It's Legier.
What?
Legier.
I don't know that name.
I know it's not very common.
Oh. I thought you were just pronouncing it like different.
Well, I was saying, trying to say it in the French accent.
Ah, okay.
Legier.
He was
Remember
named-
that one time that
he was-
like you pronounced French really good on the show?
Yes, back when I used to practice.
Alex was named after the person who murdered his cousin in cold blood.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
All right, Chris, we're gonna play a numbers game now, okay?
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to guess your social security number. So I'm just gonna start saying digits. You tell me what the digits are right or wrong.
Please spell that Legier. Legier.
How do you like the border on YouTube?
I like it.
I
Very
can't
galaxy.
see it because I have the link that you gave us.
Very galaxy.
Is that a good border?
Yeah.
It's a galaxy border. I mean, it's not.
Can you make a border that's just only Alex's face? It's just
I
Alex's
could,
eyes.
actually.
Dude,
I
you need to
could.
make it. You need to make a new logo that's just my face.
I
A
can.
logo?
I
No,
will,
it's
yeah.
Alex's eyes. It's Chris's hair. It's my beard, and it's Ryan's
Thanks, Trent.
nose. And there's no mouth.
No mouth.
Yeah, no mouth. If we had a fifth person, then the mouth is that fifth person. It's Niels. It's Niels.
Niels, yeah. Niels wants to know.
Also, can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah, you sound good.
I am using the old earbuds again because they sounded really good when I recorded parts for the bonus episode last night, and I was like, "All right, so I guess this works again. Great." I
Yeah,
guess
Really,
so
sounds
I'm
good.
gonna
I'm
use
hearing
this
a
one.
lot of static on your end.
Are you?
It's not terrible, and it'll be edited out just fine. I'm just saying.
Okay, because I'm 95% sure that's my AC, and I can turn it off. I'll just
No.
get like really
Oh,
warm.
Maybe it is. No, it's fine because you'll
Okay.
have to have it. You'll have to have the AC through winter,
Let's
right?
see who we got. All right, cool. Yeah, let me know if it gets to be too much.
You know what I'm
and
gonna do soon? I'm gonna order a box on Amazon, right? That's gonna have a box inside. I'm gonna ship it to Ryan.
And then
He's gonna then
Chris is
going
gonna
to
ship him.
ship a label. Yeah, Chris is gonna ship him a label.
Yeah,
then
all I can
he's
say is
ding-
tape.
Yeah, and then he's going to go ahead and send that mic to you.
Not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. It takes a village to raise a child. I
Which
am the
is
child,
John-
and y'all are the village.
Is John here? I need to ask John if he got his sticker. He never told me. and
We
I
got
sent it out like a week
Jaws,
and a half
we got
ago, 2
Trent,
weeks
and we
ago.
got Ryan in the chat
So it's
tonight.
Magnet. It's Magnet.
Oh, what a cool day.
Mags in it?
What a cool day. Jaws Robert was at the parks today with
Oh, nice.
with
thought-
Scott
I
and
had to look at the
Ryan.
holiday. I was trying to figure out if today was like a special holiday. Then I realized it's only the 5th, but
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, no, we're not ready. I got to record.
My daughter's
Recording in progress.
Now we're ready. Tell her that it's gonna. Has she listened to the Tiki Room song? She might like that.
No, what she likes now is Under the Sea.
Oh,
Well, she
Which
likes
version?
She likes looking at Under the Sea, the cartoon.
Oh.
She
Good.
I think it's just because it's visually appealing.
Come on, Mom said.
Yeah, babies like a lot of like colors and moving objects, like baby Einstein or baby Mozart or whatever.
I just bought I don't know if
So helpful, Ryan.
I don't know if you
Not you.
if you I see. I don't know if you are familiar with this, Alex, since you're a parent, but do you know about that crab that goes back and forth that helps with like walking and crawling? It like
Mm-mm.
makes the kid go after. It's pretty cool. I found one at Walmart for like
You
$13.
mean a dog toy?
It's going to be a dog toy if my as my dog freaks out about. Yeah. So I just got
Oh,
that
Lucy.
today. It was pretty fun. Bailey, close though.
That was close.
I was
Close.
loosely close to Bailey.
That's a
They both
Lee.
ended in an E.
Yeah,
Eh.
that's a Lee.
Lee.
Did you
All
get
right,
that?
ready?
Did
No,
you get
Lee.
that? Did you get that margarita glass from the dollar store?
I don't know. I got it for Christmas one year.
Because they have good.
I got it from
margarita
Santa
glasses
Claus. Santa Claus wants me to drink alcohol.
there.
Do you guys have the show notes up?
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
No, I just kind of have them in my mind palace.
Okay. It's fine if you
It's
don't.
more of a mind check,
I
honestly.
mean, we do have facts of urgency, which we have quite a bit of facts of urgency. I wasn't sure if we should extend it. Do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
We won't need to though because all of us can read.
I
week.
wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't sure if we should extend it, but I was thinking, oh yeah, I made sure to get the big ones to me since I can speak faster. And we might be able to get
Let me see if
5.
there might cross over with what I got for Giles Garmin. Let me take a look.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have much for
double-check.
Giles.
Double check that, and then
Ooh,
you
I'm
see
pretty
this,
sure that I actually don't have anything that you have.
and then I have this timely
fun.
promotional thing. So if we ever think of things we need to promote, put on this list here. That way we can promote it ahead of time. So you have
Mhm.
like promote live
naturally
show
even
for October
promotion.
3rd.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I have something.
I do want to make a suggestion. Do you want to open the show by saying, "Welcome to into the Dizneyverse, brought to you by Sandpiper Vacations"?
So if you had the show notes open,
I do
it
have them
says
open.
greetings from Sandpiper Vacation Ship.
Oh, there you go. That's
'Cause
great.
We're in this,
What?
we're in the space, right?
Yeah,
Right. We always envisioned us in space, correct?
you could say the Sandpiper Vacations mothership.
Mothership, fathership.
Papa ship,
Just do mothership.
mommy ship.
Are you sure? not too daddy ship.
Daddy ship.
Mothership it is, I guess.
I looked
Not
into
very.
YouTube TV, the NFL Sunday Ticket, even though I can get it for free on that thing that I have, and it was like $375 for the season. I was like, yeah, no, thank
Dude.
you.
Hey, you
Google
guys know what
crack
season?
stream and it's
No, I
free.
have that on my
Mhm.
TV.
You know what season's starting up on Monday?
Jeopardy season.
Hell yeah, it is season 41.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we ready?
Heck yeah.
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Greetings from the Sandpiper Vacations Mothership. This is episode 14 of Into the Dizneyverse, the show where we dive into the world of Disney's past, present, and future. And I'm your favorite variant, Alex. With me is our other variants, Mags and Chris.
Six.
Unfortunately,
Hi.
Ryan could not make it. He's not
He
with us-
died.
Not with us right now.
He got
R.I.P.
sucked out of the window of the ship. The ship had a
I
crack
told
in it.
him
Chris,
not.
you
know how to
ruined the
crack
skit,
it.
Chris.
Really?
What do you mean?
You just ruined the skit.
Oh,
You were supposed-
no. Cut me out.
What?
Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut me talking out.
I don't understand. Go ahead.
We had a
reset it.
whole skit planned.
Yeah. Just cut all my.
Was
talking
I
out.
here for this skit idea?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember it.
Just
Go
cut all
ahead.
my talking out.
Mags, what are you supposed to? I don't know what's happening.
Should we start over?
I don't know what this skit was. I don't know what we did wrong.
All right, trust me. We're gonna start over, and we got this. I
What do you
believe
start
in you.
over? Just start from whatever you want to start talking. I'll mix it in.
Happy to be here. You're supposed to say, and Chris.
Oh, and Chris.
I think Chris is sleeping.
Oh.
I think we have to wake him up. Kind of like they do in the Tiki room. On 3, Alex, we're gonna have to say, "Wake up, Chris." You ready?
I think I am.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Wake
Wake
up,
up,
Chris.
Chris.
Oh. My siestas are getting shorter and shorter. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much. Unfortunately, we don't have Ryan here with us.
Now, the podcast you might say is under new management.
Ah, R.I.P. Ryan. R.I.P.
Yeah, I
Maybe
told
we'll
him
get
to
a new
check the-
variant next week.
I told him to check out window before he took off. There was a little crack, and I think he got sucked out of it. So we'll find a
He
new
said he'll-
variant of him. Yeah.
Thank God.
He said he could duct tape it. I guess it didn't work.
Nah.
Well, we are here today. What did you guys do this week? Anything interesting?
Got a few things. So as people who've listened to the show in the past know, I really enjoy going to the city of Detroit. I think it is incredibly underrated. Apparently, Jim Starlin is from Detroit. He
I don't know who that
is the
is.
original writer of the Infinity Gauntlet series in the Marvel
Oh
Comics.
wow,
Oh.
that's my favorite
And
comic book.
Yeah, and so I went to the Detroit Historical Museum, and they actually had a replica of the Infinity Gauntlet there, and they had one of the original Infinity Saga or like Infinity Gauntlet comics. I don't know, I don't read comics,
That's really
but
cool.
that was kind of fun. And then
Is Detroit
I went.
paying you to say this, by the way? Like,
No, I
How much-
legitimately like the city of Detroit. I also went to a Detroit Tigers game. They were playing my Boston Red Sox. Sadly, the Red Sox lost, but they did have a whole bunch of merchandise they were selling of Mickey Mouse and like Minnie Mouse wearing Detroit Tigers shirts. So that was kind of funny. I didn't realize that they had like a partnership with Disney. So
Hmm.
kind of neat.
that is cool.
And then as far as continuing to watch through things, I will continue to watch through season 2 of Only Murders in the Building. As fantastic as I hoped it would be.
Yeah.
Continuing to watch through season 1 of Andor, as fantastic as I heard it was. And then I've also started up Tales of the Jedi, which is okay. It's an entertaining short series.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. So good times. But that is all for me.
How about you, Chris?
Well, actually, I do have one other thing.
Oh,
All right.
God.
It's a good one, though, because
Go
somebody
ahead.
actually left us a 5-star review on Apple. So I saw
Oh.
that this past
Are you
week.
serious?
Really?
Yeah. And so I'd like
Wow.
to give them a shout out.
Go ahead.
You're going to have to cut this out because I forgot to look it up.
And if you want to shout out, you can leave us a 5-star review, and we'll shout you out every single time. We're 1 for 1 on this show.
Exactly. We got a review from Little Op. They said, love this pod. These guys make me laugh out loud weekly. A fun and informative podcast. Thank you. Well, thank you, Little Op. We appreciate it.
Is he a rapper, you think?
It's spelled Lydil. Okay.
Oh, so he's German.
Or it could be short for
Oh.
like Lydia.
Or she's German.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I think we are those things. We're fun and informative,
That's what we strive for.
but not
Yeah.
maybe sometimes
guys are
not
the
factually
fun.
true.
You guys are the fun. I am sometimes the informative.
Wow. Well, get ready to be informed because I wrote the history this week.
Let's go.
Chris, is it anything else this week for you?
I, too, didn't continue to watch because I just started watching Only Murders in the Building. Season 3, is it? For 4?
Oh, you're only on season 3?
No, it's season 4. Season
Oh, season 4 is the
Yeah,
one that's
so-
releasing now.
Yeah, we just watched the second episode yesterday. Really, really good. Like, I don't
I
understand
know.
how a show can maintain being this good. Well, I can because Martin Short and Steve Martin are,
Mhm.
you know,
And
at the
Selena
helm.
Gomez.
Yeah, but those two are just electric.
Oh, of course.
So, but Selena Gomez cannot be.
You clearly did you grow up watching Wizards of Waverly Place?
I did.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hilarious show.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a great show.
Wow.
I was of
I've
age.
Never watched it.
I was young, but
They're-
I caught it at the very tail end that
Yeah,
it was airing.
they're rebooting it, which is cool with them.
Oh, yeah.
I guess maybe introduce. I don't know, but anyway, also grew up watching Cheaper by the Dozen, so I love Steve Martin.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's your
those-
Steve Martin reference?
That's the first memory of Steve Martin I have. Yes.
Wow.
Which makes sense. It
Planes,
was like
Trains, and
early
Automobiles?
2000s. No, I never saw it. Never saw it.
Pink Panther?
I did see it. The Burger. I did see. That's a.
I
that's
haven't
a
seen
line.
it.
No, it's a line. From
I've seen the original Pink Panther with
I'm
Peter
not
Sellers.
surprised.
The Three
Is-
Musketeers?
I have seen.
I
that
thought that
too.
was Mickey Mouse.
I've seen Cyrano as well. I've seen a lot of Steve Martin flicks.
The Jerk?
The Jerk, haven't seen The Jerk, but I know
By
of
far
the
the
Jerk.
best Steve Martin movie.
The Jerk is actually not here this week. He'll be back next week.
Ah, nicely delivered.
That
I was
was
considering
funny.
delivering that joke
That was
as well.
funny.
Great
But
minds think alike, Chris. Don't know what that means for us, though.
Besides that, I have been watching a lot of movies recently. I've been on a movie kick. So I watched. I said I was going through the Alien franchise. I watched Prometheus, and then I watched Alien Covenant, which was actually like surprisingly good. Like it was a solid movie. Danny McBride was in a lot of it, and he was great in it. They always need a cowboy in the Alien movies, I'm learning. But that movie was good and takes place, 12 years after Prometheus. Next is the original Alien, which I'm really excited to watch. But I took a break from the Alien franchise to rewatch, because I forgot all about it, a MCU classic.
All right, give us a hint. See if we can guess it.
Bottom 3 movie in the MCU.
We need more
Ant-Man
than
versus Wasp?
One of the originals.
that.
Thor?
Iron Man
Ragnarok?
2.
Thor?
No.
Incredible Hulk.
No. Yes, Incredible Hulk.
Mm.
I am about
It's not that
half
bad.
hour in. Yeah, I was just gonna say about a half hour in, and not bad at all. I'm enjoying it so far.
It's
So
better, and I would argue that it's better than half of the films that we got in Phase 4.
yeah, I'm excited to watch the rest of it because I am enjoying it. I love Edward Norton and Emil Blonsky in the Abomination. He's great in it. General Ross is great in it. I'm liking it so far. So that's
Oh, yeah.
all I did this week in Disney. How about you, Alex?
So, actually did some stuff this week in Disney. We watched The Great Mouse Detective. I've never seen
Oh,
the
that's a
movie.
good one.
Put it on for my kids, and they were liking it. And we ended up finishing it yesterday. And it was so funny because whenever we watch movies, my son will get to the part where like you think the villain's gonna win, right? It always ends up that way. It's like the tail end, the villain starts taking control and taking over,
The tail end. I get it.
my son will be like, turn it off. I don't like this. And he'll like want us to shut off the movie because he thinks it's gonna end badly. Like, no, they're gonna win. Don't worry. And and then at the end he was like, why'd you make me watch that? It was scary. And so we watched that, and then I put on Robin Hood animated movie.
Nice.
I love that movie so much.
It has an anniversary this year. I don't know how many years it's been out, but they're releasing a bunch of merchandise and stuff for it, which is really cool.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was 73. Was it really 74?
Could have been, unless they waited a
I don't
year.
know. But
Maybe it was 74.
I wanted to watch it because I saw the Roosevelt's new shirt
Yes,
line that
that's
came
it.
out, and oh my gosh, I want the one. I love the patterns that look like just a pattern. You can't tell what it is until you look closely. Then you see the character it is. I want the one that's blue and purple with the rhinoceros on it. That's a great shirt.
It's the 50th
Yeah,
anniversary
Robin
was
Hood
last
was-
year, but I guess
Yeah,
they're
it
still
was
celebrating.
1973. Also, why the heck do I know the year that Robin Hood was released?
That was pretty impressive.
I don't like that I have this useless information
It's
rolling around
ridiculous.
in my head.
It's honestly
It's just
ridiculous.
it's not healthy.
You should probably be on a Disney podcast.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm here.
Well, that's it for me. Just those two movies, and yeah. So, other than that, not too much. Just been hanging out. I think I'm going to buy a shirt off our TeePublic.
Oh, which one?
I don't know yet. I'm still working on that one. I'm trying to finish. Get off the rest your feet, get off the heat, get out of the heat. Rest your feet.
That's
shirt.
gonna be a good. That's gonna be a good
Fan
one.
shirt. I'm trying to finish that up for the TeePublic. That's the one I want to buy if I soon, but
It's very
I'm
you.
thinking about it for sure. Yeah, for sure. And of course, we're live on YouTube right now. If you weren't watching us live, then you're hearing us on the podcast. And just so you know, every first Thursday of the month, we're live on YouTube. And we are right now. We have a whole bunch of people watching us live, and we're having a lot of fun with people talking during
You
the
get to watch
episode.
all of our bloopers live,
It's
That's
true.
right. This is unedited.
including from the very beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
That's right. Before we even start recording, we had a bunch of stuff we talked about. So much so, I was like, guys, can you please stop talking?
If
You want to know what Alex's middle name was?
Oh, that's true.
That's true. That's true. You can go. This live will be on YouTube, so go head over to YouTube, find our channel, just Dizneyverse, Dizneyverse, and the live episode will be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get to what we're here for, because we're here for the history of
Tropical Serenade?
the Tiki Room, the Enchanted Tiki Room to be exact. Walt Disney took a vacation to New Orleans in the early 1960s. That doesn't mean Walt wasn't always thinking of ways to improve Disney. He couldn't take time off. He's just always thinking about ways to improve his work. And Walt went to a shop and saw an antique mechanical singing bird inside a golden cage. He saw it and thought of all the possibilities that kind of technology could bring to the parks. Walt brought the bird back to his team of Imagineers and told them to take it apart and learn how it worked. Lee
Now,
Adams.
I think that was it based on the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale, the mechanical bird in the cage? About the nightingale?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you lost. Me
Is this a
there.
joke or is this real? I don't even know what's happening.
No, there was a whole Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale about
Uh.
I think it was the emperor who had the mechanical bird in the golden cage. You guys didn't grow up with that one?
No.
You lost me when you started talking intellectual.
Lee Adams, Roger Broggie, and Wathel Rogers were some of the few Imagineers who are credited with initial development of Disney's animatronics. Charles Cristadoro came in and helped sculpt figures to go around the hydraulics to make the animatronics look realistic. Walt told Imagineers that he wanted a Chinese restaurant with a large figure in front of the restaurant answering questions guests would ask.
So, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
let's just address the elephant in the room here.
Chris, what's up?
I think that a prerequisite for being an Imagineer is having an amazing name.
Like Excentencio?
Like all of these guys. Lee Adams, more basic than the others, still cool. Roger Broggie, Wathel?
Yeah.
Or Wathel?
Wathel?
Or
maybe? I don't know.
Wattel? Rogers?
Hey,
Maybe Wathel.
They named a whole train after Roger Broggie.
Did they?
Yeah, at Walt Disney World.
What train?
The Broggie
The
train?
Roger Broggie
Yeah, what train are you talking about?
at Disney World.
There's only one train.
No, there's multiple trains that go around.
What? I thought there was one. Oh, there's only one train track,
Yeah.
Yes.
but there's multiple trains.
Yeah.
Wow, you just ruined the magic for me.
He's like, how is it here, but also here? It's so fast.
That is also not the elephant in the room I thought you were going to address. I thought you were going to address how offensive a Chinese restaurant with a dude in the front answering questions would be.
Why would that be offensive?
Why can't
It
he
gives
answer
me
questions?
very much the vibes of the classic stereotype of an old man in the mountains that you go to ask a question
That's
of,
a
or like a fortune cookie.
Wait, that's a stereotype?
What if it was a
Wait.
Chinese restaurant with just a Caucasian male answering questions? You didn't
Like
know.
me? Can I just
Yeah,
be
like
the guy
you're at
sitting
you're
front
at the
answering
front.
questions?
Yeah, that would be
Like,
that's probably
Johnny
your
to
dream
me and
job.
ask me my riddles 3 or something like
That's
that.
that's probably your dream job. Actually, now that we're talking about it,
That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Like, all right, ask me, Chris. Ask me a question. Go.
what's the capital of Zimbabwe? He's malfunctioning. You gotta wheel him up.
Oh,
His wife forgot to charge him last night.
Messing up. We gotta shut this down.
But
Well-
why did they want a Chinese restaurant?
That's what Walt wanted.
Well,
It
listen,
was
I-
Adventureland.
I think he just loved Chinese food, probably. and was like,
Adventureland was everything not in Europe or the Americas, right?
Mm.
Like, think about it. Frontierland was the Americas, or it was North America,
right.
and then like you go over to Fantasyland, and that was everything in Europe. Tomorrowland was the future. Main Street USA was another part of America, and then Adventureland was all of South America, all of Africa, all of Asia, all of Polynesia. Like, even today, if you go on the Jungle Cruise, you go on the Nile, the Amazon, and the Mekong rivers.
That's true.
Really? It's that
Like,
long.
they really just say, all right, if it's different than our culture, we're going to throw it into Adventureland. Now that I think about it, Adventureland is highly offensive.
If it's not in America, it has to be an adventure.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of crazy.
Max is like, I have to write a book. People have to know about this. Well, the restaurant would also have animatronic birds and dragons entertaining guests as they ate. At the same time, Bob Gurr paused his work on Abraham Lincoln to draw his idea of what the restaurant could look like. And in his drawing, he gave it an Islander theme with parrots.
So Bob Gurr is the mastermind behind the Tiki Room, huh?
Kind of.
Robert
the theme of
Gerbert.
the theming of the Tiki Room. I think okay. So we didn't rate this attraction yet. Should we rate it now?
Oh, yeah, that's rated. Sure.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
I always forget about rating.
Yeah.
I
Me
also
too.
need to
Me too.
pull up the rating stats here.
Because talking about the restaurant, if this was more of a rainforest cafe with these things, then the sit down attraction that it is today, my rating would be a lot different.
I think mine would be
Okay.
lower.
Mine would be exponentially higher. Yeah.
All
I
right,
love the
so-
Tiki Room. I'm glad that they fixed it. I'm glad that they switched it up. It is stupid that I get emotional at the end of it, but I do get
What?
like kind of low-key emotional at the end of Tiki. I don't know why.
It's because his cousin
don't know
passed away
why.
during one of the shows at the very end.
So
I don't know why.
Mags, what is your rating for Enchanted Tiki Room?
Arr.
What?
8.5. 8.5.
8.5.
That's what I'm feeling.
8.5.
Oh
I'm
my
feeling an
gosh.
8.5.
Wow.
I gotta go to the Tiki Room if I'm at Disney World.
That's crazy. Chris, what is yours?
This may shock you. I think I'd rate this attraction a 4.7. And most of the points are coming from historical significance. This is not I often rate my attractions based off of if you're taking someone to the parks for the first time, what would they think of it?
Yeah.
And Emily never went to the Tiki Room growing up, so the first thing we did, because all I remembered was from when I was young and going to the Tiki Room, was go to the Tiki Room when our first time at Disney together, which was 2017. And we went in and I was like, this is amazing. It's like so magical. And we go in, it's just a bunch of clicking and really old sounding music. It was just not the magic that I remember, which is hard because nostalgia usually plays a big role in these things. It was way worse than I remembered. But given the significance of the animatronics and the story and the history behind it, I have to bump it up a little bit. But yeah, 4.7, 5.2 on like a really good day, but 4.7 is right where I'm at for sure.
So I'm with you, Chris, on the fact that it's not a must visit. I've only been in this thing twice in my whole entire life. And I go to Disney World a lot.
And would you be sad if you've never saw it again?
No, would not be sad. So I definitely am with you. I give it a 4.
I love the idea of the Tiki Room. I love the symbolism of the Tiki Room.
This is where the animatronics
I
started.
get it. So put it in the museum.
That's why I gave it a 4.7. If it didn't have any historical significance, if it came out last year, it'd probably get a 0.6.
It's not
the music.
It's interesting.
Sucks.
Like my kids liked it.
Literally every song is a boss.
I think the music is bad.
If they put back the Offenbach,
you know what?
It'd probably bump up to a 9 for me.
You know what? I'm actually gonna raise my 4 to a 5 because my kids did like it a lot. And I think when we go back to Disney World,
they've got great taste.
They probably would want to go again if we said, "Hey, do you want to go to Tiki Room?" They'd be like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm gonna give it an extra point and make it a 5.
I think the music is bad, actually.
It's not terrible.
I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm saying, but it is bad.
No, I don't think so.
I do like the remix. That was gosh, who was it?
Was it Little John?
No, there was a Disney album that came out. A Disney and it was pop hits. Tiki Room Disney hits maybe. I'm gonna have to circle back on this. Me and my sister got a CD when we were growing up, and it was like Disney hits by like people from Disney Channel. Oh, here it is. No, it's not. But I don't know if it was like Allie and AJ or Hillary Duff or something.
Are you talking about the guy that didn't give us Discord access? What?
Together we rated a 6. FYI, we rated a 6 together.
That's the mean of our scores.
Yes.
Disney Mania is what the album was called.
I know what you're talking about. We did it. I know Disney Mania.
And the artist who did Tiki Room was Hillary Duff.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
I don't know who that is.
It was a
what?
Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, I've heard of the show.
Yes. It's a really good song. I'm going to post it in our Discord chat. And if you're not a member of our Discord chat, you can be by signing up to our Patreon. Search Dizneyverse on Patreon, or just go to Dizneyverse.com and click the link.
And if you do join the Patreon, you will get a downloadable link for a dartboard with my face on it.
What?
Yeah, we can arrange that.
I don't know. I just came up with that.
We can arrange that.
Okay,
yeah, we can make that. We should make that.
Yeah, but head over there for $2, little as $2 a month. You can hang out with us on Discord every day. For $5, you're entered into giveaways. So head on over to Dizneyverse.com and check that out.
So back to the history. Now that we rated the ride and Mags is checked out first episode because he's angry.
It's not a ride.
I'm sorry,
it's an attraction.
Well, it felt like a ride when I was in it.
It's a journey. It's a journey. It's like a Disney journey.
John Hinch also sketched out the restaurant, and he took Gurr's drawing and expanded it to have cages above every table with realistic birds sitting inside each one. The restaurant would also have shared its kitchen with Tahitian Terrace in Adventureland and Plaza Pavilion, the restaurant in Main Street, USA, because it was going to be a restaurant. But as they continued working on the show aspect, which Walt loved, the team realized that guests may not want to leave such an entertaining place. To have a restaurant where people didn't want to leave would not work out very well. So the restaurant was changed to a show. Hey, don't tell Junk
I won't because I have no idea who you want me to tell.
Don't-
Yeah, I don't know
don't-
what's up. Did you malfunction? Are you like the tiki birds when the fire broke out?
Alex
Don't-
starts clicking.
don't tell. God, why can I not remember the name of it?
I won't,
not-
Alex.
Don't tell
Okay.
Mom the babysitter's dead.
Do not tell the restaurant where there's animatronics in it in Disney Springs.
What
Rainforest
just
Cafe.
happened?
That's it. It's Hollywood. It's actually in
T-Rex.
it's in T-Rex is there. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Do
what
not
was
tell
that?
Rainforest Cafe that it's bad to have animatronics in a restaurant.
Whew. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like if this was a restaurant, I would rate this probably a 7-2.
Today it'd be great because people wouldn't sit around for hours looking at animatronics anymore. So like if they were to take this down
Yes.
and replace it with a restaurant, I think that would be amazing. Actually.
Would you like the tiki room better if it wasn't a tiki room but a tiki ride? So it's like a ride
Absolutely.
with animatronics.
Absolutely, yeah.
What kind
No.
of ride would you make it into if it
A
had a
dark
whole
ride.
story about like a general just dark ride on a track?
Yeah, a dark ride about like the curse of a tiki god. Like the wrath of, you know what I mean? Like the tiki god, and then there's like a storm in the middle, and then it clears up, and all the birds sing words, and the flowers
What about
bloom.
a flume ride? Flume ride where the storm goes,
Yeah,
and
I
then, like,
love
you go
that.
down the hill?
Sure.
That'd be awesome.
Yep, love that. I mean, my dark ride, I would want it to be like a Pirates of the Caribbean type boat ride, but like, you give
So-
me a little hill, sure.
What I'm hearing is Tiki Room should replace Aerosmith for Rock and Roller Coaster.
Absolutely.
what if to replace Aerosmith? You know how each car for Rock and Roller Coaster is a different Aerosmith
Yeah,
song?
right.
Each car now has a different classic Disney attraction. Tiki Room is one.
Or
Country Bear Jamboree, Pirates of the Caribbean.
No. each ride vehicle is hosted by a different macaw because there's 4 hosts. So then each one would be a macaw telling you about your adventure or whatever.
Which of the hosts is your favorite for Tiki Room?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, that was so dumb.
I can't believe you just said
Nice,
under new
left the chat.
management. Do you think under new management's better than the original, Chris?
Yeah, I just watched Under New
What?
Management. I literally just watched Under New Management. I was like, why did they ever change management back?
What?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
What was bad about it? Oh, God forbid we put some cool IP into
What-
something.
Guys,
God,
we'll
if you
get
say
there.
the Stitch one is better, I'm walking out of
Guys,
here.
I like
we'll
that
get
ride.
there. Relax. I want to answer Mac's question. I would do Jose, which we'll also get to.
You would
answering-
what?
I would choose Jose, which we'll also get to the 4 different macaws. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, guys. Do you remember how this works?
No, it's only my
Chris.
second episode as this variant.
Yeah, I don't have an excuse.
So-
I gotta go Fritz. Fritz is pretty high.
I was gonna choose Jose too because I didn't know the names of the other ones.
Pierre.
Pierre,
You like
yeah.
Pierre. Pierre's pretty cool.
Wasn't Leger
There is, though.
one of them?
Disney asked the Sherman Brothers to write a tune for the new attraction. They thought up a calypso song they had composed before, with the main verse being the Tiki 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 Room. Walt loved the song.
Ooh,
and
you
also
missed one.
decided, Did I miss one?
You missed a Tiki.
Oh, sorry.
You
I
only said
wrote.
3 of this 4.
I tried to remember the history as I wrote it, and I figured I missed the Tiki, but I knew you'd catch me, so that's fine.
Of
Walt
course.
loved the song and also decided that maybe they should move forward with the Hawaiian theme and name it the Tiki Room. So if it wasn't for the Sherman Brothers, we wouldn't even be called the Tiki Room.
Yeah, it's interesting. Not a horrible name either. A lot of these attractions are really bad. The Tiki Room's pretty bad. It's just a room of tikis.
But
Good thing they didn't name it like Bird Room or something. Which would not
Dude,
surprise me.
Bird Room sounds like a horror movie.
I mean,
I
like
would
Bird
watch
Box.
It's a combination of Bird Box in the room.
And the room. You just get
So it's a-
blindfolded and
it's
then
a
get pushed
horror
into
comedy?
Where's
Oh.
Mark? Where's Mark?
Okay.
So just real quick, Ryan, who is in Disney this week, that's why he's missing,
Yes.
chimed in the chat and said his rating for this attraction is a 4.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
And
Like, I would
also,
bring it
Beyond the
down.
grave.
and
Beyond the
also
grave.
wants one of those Mags dartboards.
So that would actually bring our whole thing down.
I don't think it counts.
It doesn't count. It's not sanctioned. Yeah, it's not sanctioned.
Okay.
It's an unsanctioned rating, which is fine.
Hey, last time I checked, dead people can't vote in elections.
That is true. That is
Hey,
true.
ask my grandpa. He's been voting strong for the last 8 years. I'm gonna cut that.
FBI is going to be at your door in
Yeah.
3 seconds.
The Sherman brothers also suggested to Walt that the MC of the festivities should be a colorful parrot, with Walt expanding on the idea and thinking, why not 4 parrot MCs with different accents? It's kind of one of those things where you tell your boss an idea, and he's like, you know what there should be? And then he just expands it a little bit. Like, there should be a parrot MC. He's like, there should be 4 parrot MCs. It was my idea.
And give them different accents.
Now, as you're talking about Walt and the parrots, I'm quickly going through the history here, Alex. Doesn't look like you talk about Walt's sweater by any chance.
Yes, I do. Don't worry about
Okay, never mind then.
it. Jose would be red, white, and green and speak with a Hispanic accent. Pierre would have a French accent and be colored blue, white, and red. Mikel would be white, and green with the Irish accent. Wait, what? Michael.
Michael?
I don't know why I did.
Did you just call him Mikhail?
I don't know why I said that.
Now you have a different accent every name that you pronounce.
Michael would be white and green with an Irish accent, and Fritz would have a German accent, be colored red, black, and white. The colors of the birds would change over the years, and Imagineers were hard at work trying to make realistic birds for the attraction. And one day, Harriet Burns was having lunch with Walt, and she noticed his cashmere sweater fabric moving on his elbow. It moved just like how her team imagined the bird's chest should move while talking and singing.
That's cool. It is neat how advanced this ride was for the time.
Oh, I mean, I gave it a low rating, but like when I watched it recently, it was entertaining. The birds looked still really good. I mean, I know they get updated and everything, but they looked really good. But yeah, to imagine this back in like the 60s,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm mind blown.
Brain explosion.
Yep, brain explosion everywhere. And so yeah, it was insane that they came up with this stuff and they were able to do it, and it looked so good when it came first, and it still looks good, but like when it first came out, like we said, it looked incredible.
Let me ask you guys this then. So back then, people saw a robot talking bird, and they thought this is insane, and
Mhm.
everyone was obsessed with it. What would the equivalent of that be today?
Oh, I have a good answer. The Tupac hologram at that festival not so long ago. I think that was
Yeah,
a
What?
huge advance in
that
technology.
was
What?
that was
What?
At,
What is that?
there was a Tupac. You know who Tupac is, right? The rapper Tupac who died in the 90s.
by Biggie.
What, John Lennon?
What? Okay.
No, but anyway, he died a long time
Oh.
ago, and they had a hologram of him at Coachella perform with
Mhm.
Snoop Dogg. I think that would
But
be
it's
the
crazy because he
equivalent.
died
Right.
in the 90s.
Right. And it looked real.
Is Snoop Dogg still alive?
He is he was over he was an ambassador for the United States in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So shows
He
you
dresses
watch
up
the
as
Olympics.
characters for his grandkid's birthday so people don't bother him.
I just watched that. It was amazing.
Interesting.
Oh, Boston somebody in the chat said Boston Dynamics. See those robot dogs?
Dude, just the robots doing acrobatics. Is insane,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But
I
then
would
you
have
get-
to probably go with like time travel. I think that would be
What?
pretty crazy.
You think that
Oh.
was the equivalent to seeing a tiki moving
Yeah.
mechanical bird in the 60s?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Sure.
It would change society, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It sure would.
The enchant.
Do you think that's how they got so advanced back then? Is maybe time travel was around already, and that they?
Walt Disney was the first time. That's why
Yeah.
he seemed like he died so young. He actually just time traveled to the future.
Yeah. Just.
I've actually got him right here with me.
The Enchanted Tiki Room debuted on June 23rd, 1963 at the entrance of Adventureland in Disneyland. It was the first attraction to feature what Disney coined as audio animatronics, which was trademarked a year later and registered by 1967. The attraction was sponsored by United Airlines, tying in with the Hawaiian theme. The attraction was also the first to have air conditioning. This was installed in the building to keep cooled down due to all the machines producing heat. So now it's like Was it popular because of the animatronics or was it popular because of the air conditioning?
I know.
Which one is it?
That was mind blowing back then too.
Like, oh my God, when I walked in here, it wasn't so hot. Which was California, though. So how hot was it, really?
Yeah, it feels just
That
like
is
being in
true.
Hawaii. Beautiful air conditioning.
I think they did kill it with the theming. Like I think that the Hawaiian tropical theme is really cool, and that's why I love the idea of the Enchanted Tiki Room. Like I love the tropical environment. I love the setting. I love all that theming. It's good for merchandise because it makes for really cool patterns on shirts and lounge flies. It makes for a great place to buy some Dole Whip. I got a Tiki Room Funko Pop. I love the lore of it. I just don't like the principle in practice. That actually didn't make any sense. I just don't like it. All right.
Like communism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Star Trek makes communism great.
Definitely up there with communism.
The Enchanted Tiki Room was an instant success. Amazing guests with the futuristic robotic birds. When the attraction first opened, there was a Barker bird outside the attraction to attract guests and inform them on what to expect inside. But people started to crowd around the bird, causing the entrance to Adventureland to get blocked.
Well, you know
The
what
Barker
the problem
bird
was?
was soon removed.
The Barker bird was trying to make a deal with everybody. No, he was trying to get them to tell them the price is right.
I see. I see what you did there.
Yeah, I tried, but I eventually got there.
I see. That's how like crazy it was. Like people would crowd around this bird outside the attraction, and it would cause traffic jams. People were just watching this animatronic bird go through its cycle of words.
It's no different than Disney nowadays. Like when you see
where do people crowd around
out and about, like the castle shows characters. Like I'm sure I haven't been to Disneyland, but yeah, the Marvel like Spider-Man, I'm sure.
That new Deadpool show they have out in Disneyland.
Oh.
Anything new and that's like impressive. They have a lot of things cooking up in the Imagineer department for like robots walking around the parks, like Groot and stuff like that. Like I'm sure,
cool.
I'm sure you'll get the same reaction for stuff like that.
To quote a great philosopher, some things never change. But I'm holding on tight to you.
What?
Come on, Hans Christian Andersen.
Yes, that was a very intellectual reference,
Thank
Chris.
you.
I don't think Alex knew what we were referencing.
Nope, did not know.
Frozen 2. Frozen 2.
When Imagineers were planning the Florida project, the Enchanted Tiki Room was chosen to be replicated in the Magic Kingdom. The attraction was a carbon copy with very few changes, the main difference being the name switched to Enchanted Tiki Room Tropical Serenade. In the additional pre-show, Tropical Serenade debuted with the Magic Kingdom on October 1st, 1971. So I guess they're just like, we just can't name it the same ride. It has to be something a little different.
Yeah,
they were obsessed with making the parks different back then, differentiating them. Very different than nowadays. Remember that they didn't want to have Pirates of the Caribbean. They wanted to have Western River Expedition instead.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, and they didn't want to have... Wait, what did you just say?
Yeah, you could have said anything.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Western River Expedition.
Okay, sorry. I was going to say...
remember our first episode, which you said a few episodes ago was your favorite episode of our show?
Yeah.
Yeah. You listen to it every night, bedtime story?
Mm-hmm.
There are certain episodes I listen to way too often.
I do dislike attractions with long names. It's so annoying. Like, do you call it Enchanted Tiki Room? Everyone calls it Enchanted Tiki Room. No one calls it Tropical. Well, it's not that anymore, but I'm saying when it was that, do you think people actually called it Tropical Serenade?
They call it like the Troppy?
The Trop?
The Trop?
I think they're probably just like, you want to go see those robot birds.
Do you want to see the dude? Do you want to see the future?
Let's be real. Or do you guys want to grab some Dole Whip?
Nope, not there yet. It's not there yet.
Again, time traveling probably a thing.
Hey, that's what's coming out next year.
What is?
Time travel.
Or was it already?
If time travel existed already, like I feel like if it ever existed, I feel like we would have to know about it now. Like, right?
This is way off topic. Let's not even get into it.
What if the Tiki Room birds could time travel?
There would be a Barker bird installed in front of the Tropical Serenade, but it would sit on the upper level of the show building facing out toward the Pirates of the Caribbean. They learn from their mistakes. They're like, don't put it up front, ground floor. Put it high up so people can look at it from afar. So people don't crowd around it. In 1976, the sponsorship for Tropical Serenade changed hands from United Air to Dole. And this sponsorship gave birth to a snack bar near the entrance, serving the famous Dole Whip.
How he got elected? He got money from Disney?
I don't
Dole?
think it's
Bob Dole?
Bob Dole? Can we get Bob Dole on the show?
time traveling.
I think I've had a Dole Whip.
What do you mean you think you've had a Dole Whip?
I'm being as truthful as I can. I think I've had a Dole Whip.
I have them in my
You like-
freezer right now, actually. Emily's on a
Ooh,
dairy-free
fancy.
diet, so I got some Dole Whip.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, the dairy-free diet is not fun at all, but the Dole Whip is definitely cool.
Well, yeah, it's in the
Literally.
freezer.
Literally. I think in my freezer, I've got like a jalapeno cheddar burger.
What?
I don't know. We're talking about what's in our freezer now. I don't know.
I thought you were naming one of the birds in the tiki room.
That's gonna get cut.
I don't know. I'm trying to talk my kitchen up so Alex doesn't make fun of it again.
I didn't make fun of it. I just made a comment. In 1983, Tokyo Disneyland opened its own Enchanted Tiki Room until 1999, when it would be refurbished and renamed the Enchanted Tiki Room Get the Fever. Which I
a
bet they were
horrible
like,
name.
we gotta change it when the bird flu came around.
Did they rename it to like, I don't know, Piglet, and then swine flu
They're
kind
just
of
like,
hurt them there?
it's a Enchanted Tiki Room. You will not get the fever, I swear.
You do not get the fever. That's really good.
That's so funny.
I worked on that for weeks. The show introduced new hosts and electric music. The new hosts were named Dano. I have a spelling error.
Scats.
Scats, is it? Like,
I'm
you know this?
90% sure it's supposed to be Scats.
Yeah. Dano, Scats, and Buddy, the first female host, Bird Lava.
Could they have just made it Electric Tiki Room or Enchanted Tiki Room and Electric Boogaloo? Like,
Yeah,
why wasn't that an option?
I don't know. No, instead they wanted to get the fever. That should be a shirt, guys.
Get the fever.
The Enchanted Tiki Room Electric Boogaloo?
No, the Enchanted Tiki Room and all. I went to the Enchanted Tiki Room in Tokyo Disneyland, and all I got was this fever.
Can it just be like
I got the-
photoshopped picture of Chris in bed with a thermometer
Yeah,
coming out of his mouth and just like the birds all around him?
I do kind of want to make a shirt out that says "I got the bird flu at the Enchanted Tiki Room." So dumb.
do it.
Imagine you're walking up to the Tiki Room, somebody runs out to you. I'm from the future. I'm you from 10 minutes from now. Don't walk in. You're going to get the bird flu.
I'm gonna have to cut that because I'm cutting the previous thing about time travel. You can't reference
No,
things I told you
can't
I'm gonna
now.
cut.
No.
Oh, I can and I will.
No. That was funny.
Where was I? Oh,
Alex,
Time travel
okay.
enough.
Alex,
Right.
real quick, since
Yes.
it ties into the podcast, since you have a football video podcast now, first touchdown of the season was scored by
Lamar Jackson.
Mags. Any guesses?
Please tell me it was Travis Kelce.
It was. They didn't have the ball yet. It was Derrick Henry.
No.
Well, at least they
I
my kicker
know,
got me
playing
some
against
points.
him. Zay Flowers had a really good drive too.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the 1990s, attendance in the park started to dwindle, causing Disney to decide to make changes to less popular attractions. One of these being the Enchanted Tiki Room in the Magic Kingdom. On September 1st, 1997, Tropical Serenade closed down for its update and wouldn't open back up until April of 1998. The attraction was renamed the Enchanted Tiki Room under new management.
Boo!
The updated attraction featured animatronic versions of popular animated bird characters Zazu and Iago. The pre-show was revamped completely with Iago and Zazu. Then the show went on as normal until Iago. Why can I not say that? Until Iago upsets a new character, the Tiki Goddess of Disaster, Oa. The music.
I do have to. I'm sorry, Alex. I got to cut in. I got to correct you on something here.
Yeah, sure.
So, the pre-show, as I recall, actually had the original pre-show from Disney World, Clyde and Claude, but talking about the Tiki Room being under new management. The pre-show is pretty cool, right? Because you've got the waterfall that opens up, and then you've got the two birds behind it, Clyde and Claude, the cousins visiting the Tiki Room where they learned how to talk. I'm pretty sure that's what the pre-show became. The pre-show is way more boring in Disneyland if you've ever seen that video.
Oh,
I have
okay.
not.
Okay.
I don't know. I like the pre-show. It's very special to me, and by that I just think about it way too much.
Wait, you cried in the end and the beginning? Do you ever not cry during this attraction?
I'm just constantly crying, man.
Yeah.
Like I was crying on Tuesday. Like I was crying. I just cry a lot.
The real reason Mags cries during the Tiki Room is a huge phobia of birds.
No, man, I'm just constantly cutting onions. I have layers. I've got layers.
The music from there on was changed to include a version of Friends Like Me and In the Still of the Night. The new show helped the Enchanted Tiki Room feel newer, but it didn't make it a must-visit when at the park. So,
One also thing I
Yeah.
want to cut in with here, in case people are unaware, that is actually Zazu from The Lion King and Iago from Aladdin. Like it was like they actually took the characters from there, which
well, yeah,
I
don't think people would be confused about that.
I don't know. They
You
might
think Disney would have named their characters Zazu and Yago and not been the characters that were popular in the 90s?
Well, I think this is really where Disney starts to get obsessed with putting IP in the parks, right?
Yes,
Like
yes,
starting
of
to
course.
transform classic stuff and original stuff into
This is the
IP.
beginning to the end of MGM Studios.
Yeah.
I like the incorporation.
Zazu and
of-
Iago killed MGM Studios.
I like the incorporation of IP into original attractions.
I love it.
I liked the addition.
I love it.
It really just laid an egg for me, honestly.
That's what birds do, man. What do you expect?
That wasn't that funny, Chris. I don't know why.
Because you just come up with all these dumb puns all the time, and I love them.
I am Jungle Cruise made into a person.
In 2004, the show needed a new refurbishment. Up to that point, the audio animatronics were in bad shape with multiple malfunctions and loud noises. Tokyo Disneyland's Enchanted Tiki Room Get the Fever closed down in 2008. It was revamped to Enchanted Tiki Room Stitch represents Aloha Ikoma Mai. I don't know if I said that correctly.
You did actually. That was the theme song to the Stitch TV show that was on Disney Channel. Aloha Ikomo Mai.
Chris, really fast. Google if in 2008 if the bird flu came out. And that's why they closed it down.
Bird flu was in 1997.
Maybe not.
Wait. No, it was 96, 97, 2003, 2005.
2005. It's pretty close. It's when they would start thinking about it.
In the Middle East.
This new version incorporates music from the film Stitch, with Stitch trying to join the festivities, causing some chaos, but eventually participating in a luau. I think this is awesome. I love Stitch.
Stitch is great.
I had Stitch in everything. Stitch should be in every attraction somewhere, like almost like a hidden Mickey. There's a Stitch everywhere, trying to cause chaos.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that.
Whoa!
Probably a bad idea.
Think on the Stitch spectrum. Alex is on one end, Chris is in the middle, and I'm on the other end.
What's your problem with Stitch?
Stitch is fine.
Whoa!
And
I gotta
just
say something
fine.
really fast. Hold on. North just had a great idea. Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Yeah. Take out. I don't know if this is his idea, but take out Aerosmith and add in Stitch. Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
Yeah, you know he was talking about the song, right?
I know, but I'm saying
just making sure.
it could work, but that could work
It could.
for the Aerosmith
You're
rock and roller coaster.
totally right.
Yeah, I think Lilo and Stitch is incredibly overrated.
That's
Like
a-
it's a good.
that's a-
You're
it's-
overrated.
It's a weird.
You're
take.
overrated.
It's a legitimately good movie. It's a legitimately good movie, but people go gaga over it, and it's not worth going gaga over. Like it's a
Dude, I
good
go-
movie, but it's not an incredible movie.
It doesn't matter about the movie; it's the character.
And the character is one.
It is the character.
Both Lilo and Stitch are the worst parts of that
None-
movie.
What? What?
Yeah.
First of all, no one. I don't know anybody who likes Lilo. So let's just put that out the window right
That's
now.
true,
Nobody
it's just
likes
Stitch.
Lilo. It's just Stitch.
Stitch is
Yeah.
fine. He's just a watered down version of Figment.
What? No.
No, I don't see actually unless like besides like the slight color.
Causing chaos.
I mean, that would be like you could say like a dictator was Figment then.
Let's just say what it is. Everyone's there for that.
I don't know. I just Yeah, Stitch is a good character.
Max, when is this
Stitch is
variant of
cool,
you gonna die?
North knows what I'm talking
God.
about. Everyone's there for Nani.
Gosh, Chris. Chris gonna come over to my house with a crossbow tomorrow, like Old Yeller me or something?
I might rig your spacesuit. I don't know at this point.
Never.
When you forget, when I push you out of space, I'm just gonna go. Oh, Hana means family.
I will remind you, I'm the youngest one here, so I've got the longest lifespan left, y'all.
Now if you keep going to Detroit.
Mid sip of water. Oh my god.
My God. I know this is all going to get cut, but that was incredible,
It
Alex.
was really good.
Thank you.
Xavier Worthy, 15-yard rushing touchdown.
Really?
Yeah, it's a nice
Rushing
reverse. Yeah, give him a
touchdown.
reverse. Rashi Rice had a couple nice catches. Too bad he's gonna get suspended because he was at a hit and run.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Continue.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I at?
Oh, Lauren says the D welcomes you. Hi from Metro Detroit.
I love Detroit.
Mag's just talking about how much he loves Detroit.
Detroit is a top 10 city I've been to, in my opinion.
It's high praise. You've been to a lot of cities.
I have been to a lot of cities.
A lot of East Coast cities.
East and like Midwest. And South.
In 2011,
This is where you
I
are.
know.
Okay, cool.
In 2011, a fire broke out in the attic of the Magic Kingdom pavilion that housed the Enchanted Tiki Room, causing damage to the pre-show area, specifically ruining the Iago animatronic. See why I thought
Let's go!
See why I thought that was in the pre-show? It says what? In 2011, D23 Disney announced that the Magic Kingdom Enchanted Tiki Room will be reopened in a few months and be reverted to a copy of Disneyland's original version. And this is the version I saw when I went with my family, and it's good. It's good.
Not quite the original, but it's close to the original. They cut out the Offenbach segment.
Oh,
What'd you
no,
call me?
not that.
I don't think you can say that.
Offenbach, like the composer?
Oh.
I mean, now he's decomposing, but still.
So dumb. So yeah, so Chris, you haven't seen it since it got reverted.
And last time I
Max,
checked,
I'm
it's
guessing you haven't seen either?
2017.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you have seen it.
Yeah, Under New Management I just watched
Okay.
on YouTube like a half hour ago.
Okay. And Max, have you been to the one since they reverted it?
Yep, yeah. I grew up with Under New Management for the first few trips, and then I saw the current version. I've seen it in 2017 and 2022.
And you were like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. It was so nice to actually hear the iconic Tiki Room song without it being interrupted by Gilbert Gottfried going, stack. Like,
That's not,
so glad.
That's not going to come through audio wise.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not like you were like having an asthma attack. Which is actually
day,
is
bro.
very reminiscent of Gilbert Gottfried. So well done.
That was actually a really good impression. I'm really disappointed it didn't go through. Like, out of all the accent impressions I've done, that's probably the best, and it gets lost to time.
You know, I think Enchanted Room is gonna age well with me. I think
Because
and
of
what
your
I mean
kids.
by that is with my kids,
Yeah.
but also like I'm gonna be like, how many attractions can go on that reduces A, the amount of wait time, B, the amount of time I gotta stand up, and C, how far I have to walk. So like, we're gonna start.
Do you want to have a mobility scooter in the parks?
I mean, I'm not saying I want to, but in my 80s, I probably will because my
In
legs
your
are terrible.
80s?
My legs are terrible now, and I'm not even 40 yet.
Mm.
So, but I mean, this is gonna be first. It doesn't take long to get into, at all, and you get to sit down the whole time for an air conditioned show. Like,
yeah, I get that for sure. Yeah, as you get older, you like it more because you just go and like just take a nap to the clicking of the birds.
grab a Dole Whip and Linz while you walk in.
I don't know.
And
if you
it's
bring
like-
food in.
The Tiki Room birds are some of the greatest magicians alive. Like, they're up there with David Blaine. They make the entire audience disappear.
Surprised you know. I'm surprised you know who David Blaine is.
I've seen him live.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I do like how like they have the windows and the screens and they have all the stuff happening outside. Like quote unquote outside the room.
It's usually what I watch the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was very much watching the screens on the outside of the windows.
There's a loop on YouTube. When I threw Emily's 30th birthday party back in July, it was Hawaiian themed. So I had the Tiki Room like window up on my TV the whole time playing like tropical music. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you can. It's on YouTube. It's like a 7-hour cut.
Very nice.
You know, Oa is now in the Trader Sam's Grog Grotto in the Polynesian, the animatronic of Oa.
You know,
That's cool.
speaking of Trader Sam's, and you know, a fun fact. You know who else has fun facts?
Who?
Giles Garman.
Oh, wow. Wow. I was going to say something before that, and I just lost it. Shoot. It was something... Oh, I do actually have something for y'all before we get to Giles Garman.
I don't know how I'm gonna edit Niels into this. This is already like kind of a long episode. We kind of like got off.
It's been less than an hour.
I know, but we have Giles Garman, Niels, which is a 12-minute segment.
Giles is going to be real quick.
Urgency.
So, out of all the Tiki Room versions in the world, there have been 4 different Disney movies.
Is this Giles right now?
Nope. No. This is just one final part related to what you were talking about.
When you said so, it kind of sounded like Giles Garman.
Oh.
I was thrown off a little bit.
Four different Disney movies have been referenced in all of the different versions of Tiki Room. We've talked about 3 of them. Y'all know what the 4th is.
Wait, what 3 have we talked about already?
Aladdin, Lion King, Lilo and Stitch. Was that another one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the other one would be Song of the South.
The other one would be is it I don't even know the name. The one with Donald Duck?
The Three Caballeros?
Nope. Three Caballeros is a good guess, but that's not it.
No, that's not the one I was thinking.
Can you
of.
give us a decade?
Saludos Amigos is a good guess.
Saludos Amigos.
Not it.
Can you give us a decade, Mags?
I can't because that'll give it away, actually.
Really?
Maybe that'll be your hint. Maybe that'll be your hint.
The decade would give it away?
Would give it away to me and Alex?
Yeah, I know, right?
It
you know who
should.
you're dealing with here? Ryan's not here.
1930s.
Oh,
How is that going to give it away?
Fantasia?
Give it away,
Okay,
give it
that
away,
was a
give it away.
Fantasia
now.
was 1940.
Oh, 30 would be Snow White.
Yes, no way, because they sing Hi Ho at the end.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. So,
And for more on Hi Ho,
I don't want to promote that episode. Speaking of which, we should have posted the link to the YouTube and like all the other Discords.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, R.I.P. Now I've got Giles Garman. I get the stuff up here for that. Actually, I have it in my memory. Wow, someone else just walked away during my segment. This is just deja vu all over again. Mary? Hello there, Giles Garman. Chris, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Giles.
Well, it's Giles, but I'm happy to be talking to you here from the 1940s.
I forgot we have a direct line. I always think this is an audio we're playing for us.
Yeah.
No, it's very, very real, Alex. And I'm going to be talking to you about the Enchanted Tiki Room, one of the greatest attractions present in the Magic Kingdom. Nay, in all of Disney World. Nay, in all of the world.
Oh, well,
and so that's why I want to talk about 2 other attractions today that reference that iconic attraction. First off, are you familiar with one of the worst rides over in Disney's Hollywood Studios, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway?
What? Yes, we are aware of that ride.
Yeah, I've heard
I
of
am an entirely impartial narrator here. Are you familiar with the attraction?
Okay.
Well, in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, you can see the columns that sing in the Tiki Room present in the background of the jungle scene.
Nice.
Fun fact. You can also see those
that fun.
same Tiki columns, those carvings, in the spoons at the Dole Whip stand at the Polynesian Resort.
Okay, yeah.
And if you go over to the queue of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, you can see a cage labeled Rosita. If you listen closely during the Let's All Sing Like the Birdies Sing song in the Enchanted Tiki Room, you'll hear one of the birds ask whatever happened to Rosita. Well, clearly she was used as one of the birds in the mine to sing if there was a toxic gas, and she's not present in the cage in the queue, so I don't know.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Wow, it's pretty dark, actually.
Wow.
Wow.
And to keep in line with one of the classic individuals who hosts a segment on this show, I'd like to end with a joke based around the Enchanted Tiki Room. Why did the chicken cross the road? And that's all from me, Giles Garman.
What? I don't understand that
That's
joke.
the best part.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad.
I'll cut out the part where I say I don't get it. Well, thank you, Giles Garman. And that's not
You're
the only.
welcome.
Well, I was gonna say it's not the only audio we're playing, but we actually have a direct line too. Glad that you told us that information. Now I have something different to play. Sometimes we'll do a Neil segment, right? And he'll ask us a question. But he recently visited Disney World as a vacation. Now, if you don't know who Niels is, because you're just joining us here on Dizneyverse, Niels is actually known on social media as capturing Disney parks.
Nope.
Is that right? Oh,
Neil's capturing parks now.
I'm sorry. Is known as Niels capturing parks, and he is I would say, an influencer almost a little
He's
bit.
an ambassador, I think, for Disneyland Paris.
Okay, an ambassador for Disneyland Paris, and not for this episode now.
Wasn't there another one where like he said a question and then?
There is a question. I told him we'll use it sometime soon.
Oh, okay.
He's an ambassador for Disneyland Paris. He lives over in Europe, and he will send us questions. And he traveled to Disney World, and we wanted to get some information on him. So I'm playing a snippet of what he sent us. We recently, 2 weeks ago, we released an episode with an interview with Dane from Big Beautiful Diz, and we put the rest of Neil's segment on there. So if you're listening to this and you want to hear the rest of what Neil says, go back and listen to that episode because it has all of 20 plus minutes of Neil's talking about the difference between Disneyland Paris and Disney World, and then also his, how it was for him coming over to Disney World. Not his first time over here, by the way, not his first time. We'll go ahead and play it for us now. We'll comment afterwards. Oh, you guys can't hear me because I'm not sharing.
We should just blind react to it. Like you don't play the audio and then we just react like we.
Whoa! I can't believe you said that. Can you let me?
That was incredible.
Can you help me? I need a field host.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Sorry.
I'm from Canada.
Chris.
Alex.
Never mind. They'll hear it from you. The audio.
All right, you're good now. Also, I have an episode title if you want it, Alex.
Oh yeah, just put it in the thing. Actually, you know what? Yeah, put it. I don't know. We need to put it somewhere else so it's easier to find than me search with you forever. That's a terrible title. I'm not using that title, Max.
What?
That's a terrible title.
Well, if you kept in the time travel joke, I would call it time traveling bird flu.
Can I just share my audio and that's it?
What? What are you talking about?
How to catch
Computer
the
audio.
bird flu in 3 easy steps.
Oh, I love that.
That's so
You have
terrible.
you have the ability to share a screen, Alex. So if
I don't want to
issues...
share screen.
Oh,
I got
okay,
it.
then
I got it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was an issue.
Hello guys, this is Niels from Niels Capturing Parks on Instagram again. This time not my
This isn't loud enough, is it?
regular segment.
It's good.
Is that
It's a
loud
little
enough?
quiet.
It's a little quiet, right?
It's definitely a little quiet. I agree.
Dude, everything's turned up all the way on my computer.
As you
Okay. I'm changing what I'm doing. I'm gonna open it in Adobe and play it from there. Because that is way too quiet. I wonder why it does. I mean, that's the good level for the audio for the podcast. I wonder why it's so terrible for me sharing.
Zoom is weird.
Because I'm not going to change the volume at all. It's going to open up perfectly, probably. Or it's going to sound perfect, probably. Oh, no.
As you're setting that up, I'm actually going to preheat my oven because I haven't had dinner yet.
Why is this not? Seriously? I changed the location, so now it's red. I thought I can add in insert clips, pressing clips, place. Here we go.
Can we just react to too many cooks instead?
Relink, release. There we go. Okay, I got it. I'm a genius.
Hello, guys. This is Niels from Niels Capturing
Is that louder or it needs to be louder?
That's
No, it
fine.
sounds good.
Parks on Instagram again. This time, not my regular segment, as you requested to record something about my recent Walt Disney World trip and to compare it a little bit with Disneyland Paris, which is my home park, of course. So this time I decided not to, prepare the whole story in advance and to just go with the flow and tell you what comes up in my mind, in my head, I think that's the most fair and relevant comparison that I can make. So first of all, there's a huge difference in size. Disneyland Paris has two parks, and one of those is the Walt Disney Studios Park, which is a really small one, like a half-day park. And at the moment, it's like a big construction ground, as they're changing almost everything and also extending the park to make it a day park, basically with a lake and a frozen land. And they also announced a Lion King land now. So a lot of things will happen there. But in Paris, we have a castle park, which is called Disneyland Park, and a, film park, movie park, behind the scenes park, which is called Walt Disney Studios Park. And that basically compares to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, although Hollywood Studios is far bigger and far more mature. But that is also what makes Animal Kingdom and Epcot stand out for me, as that's something that we don't have here in Europe. And those parks are so unique that we spend most of our times over there. Animal Kingdom I really love for all the authentic details, especially in the Africa and Asian sections. That safari, it's brilliant. We have a safari park here in the Netherlands, but it feels like this one attraction in Animal Kingdom is the same like the whole safari park we have here. I really love that, and the guides knew so much to tell. Pandora, still one of my favorite lands. Flight of Passage, still one of my favorite rides. I did it 5 or 6 years ago as well. Really love that. In Hollywood Studios, we did Galaxy's Edge for the very first time, so that was also something new. I was amazed how big that land is. Rise of the Resistance is also quite a unique experience. It's really an experience, and even people in our party and friends of us who visited from the Netherlands who are not really Star Wars fans, everyone liked that ride or that experience because it's so well done. Millennium Falcon, maybe a little bit less interesting, but still really nice queue to see. And my daughter was lucky and was gunner. She was pilot 2 times, I have to say. I was gunner 1 time and pilot 1 time. And to be a pilot is, the far better experience, of course. So happy that I was able to experience that. Also new for us since our last visit 5 years ago was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Hollywood Studios. Really neat. One of my favorite rides, maybe. And I would love to get that ride over to Disneyland Paris, as I think every Disney park around the globe needs at least one ride with Mickey Mouse. Other than that, Tron and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind were new for us. I'm not into the drops and the big thrills. Flight of Passage is already on the edge for me, but my wife and daughter really loved those attractions, but they definitely preferred Guardians over Tron. Tiana was also something that they liked, but made less impact than Tron or Guardians or Rise of the Resistance. So nice update, but not something to stand in line for or to get a virtual queue for, while you can also get a queue for Tron or Cosmic Rewind. So that's basically how it worked for us. One of the other big differences with Disneyland Paris is that the parks are so distant from each other, and the hotels as well. So yeah, you really need all those forms of transportation that you have at Walt Disney World: the monorail, the Skyliner, the hundreds of buses, the boats. That's something that we're not really used to in Disneyland Paris. There you have the two parks right next to each other, so you can just walk over. One hotel, the Disneyland Hotel, is even above the entrance of the Disneyland Park. And 5 other hotels are on a 10 to 20 minute walk, but it's all like a connected area. Only the Disney Davy Crockett Ranch, which is like a cabin park in the woods, that's on a 10-minute drive, but still pretty close. So you don't need that much of transportation, although most Disney hotels do offer bus service to the main parking lot of the parks, but I don't really see a benefit there. In Walt Disney World, yeah, we really love how smooth all the transportation is run. I think Disney does a better job than many big cities do. Having said that, I definitely prefer the Skyliner. Well, our whole family did. It's a continuous flow of cabins going by, so you don't have to wait very long. And even after one of the parks, like Epcot or Hollywood Studios, closes, the lines could be crazy. It looks like there's a 4-hour wait, but in the end it was like a 30-minute wait. So really well done, nice system, and that was definitely our preferred way of transportation. What else can I say? Well, we stayed at Pop Century Resort, which is a value resort, of course, for Walt Disney World. And if I compare that to the value resort or hotel that Disneyland Paris has, which is called Santa Fe, I think Pop is much better. The room is maybe a little bit more spacey. It's really smart with the bed that you can, I don't know the right word in English for that right now, but you can fold the bed and push it to the wall, and then you have a little table and you can have your chairs with the table. So that saves a lot of space if you just put away the bed every morning, and makes the room feel more spacious. We also loved that there was like a little coffee machine, ironing board, and so there were some basic facilities that we don't always see in the Disneyland Paris hotels. Air conditioning was a big big thing, but that's something that all hotels in Walt Disney World have, I guess. In Disneyland Paris, all hotels do have air conditioning, but sometimes it's switched off, especially during winters when it's not really needed. But the value resort, the value hotel, Disney's Santa Fe Hotel, doesn't have air conditioning. And we were there last weekend as we went back to Disneyland Paris right away, and it was quite hot. And there was no airco, only a ceiling fan, and then you really feel the difference. So that's something that we really liked at Pop. But overall, the atmosphere at Pop Century was really good. We liked the pools. We were close to the bowling pin pool, which was a more quiet but nicely themed pool. The people in general are more friendly. The people that work at Disney, the cast members, I especially mean. Like there was a lady at Pop Century in the shop and dining area, and she was basically saying good morning, good morning everyone, feel welcome, be welcome. She was shouting that all the time to everyone, and she was trying to help where she could, and that kind of service, having the guest in mind, that's something that we sometimes miss in Disneyland Paris. That's probably a European cultural thing and also a French thing. There are a lot of great cast members in Disneyland Paris, don't get me wrong, but there are also a lot of people that are there just to work and not really paying attention to some additional Disney magic or additional service, in my opinion. So that's a big difference as well. Food was also good. I like the variety of food that is in Walt Disney World. So many quick service options that are not just burgers and hot dogs. So there are lots of nachos and salads, or there's more variety than we have in Disneyland Paris, especially for the quick service segment. Paris is improving on that side. Recently, they changed the menu in a couple of restaurants so that there is at least some Asian and Indian food, for instance, but still. Yeah, I think Walt Disney World does a much better job there. We tried a couple of restaurants that we made a reservation for. We went back to Sanaa in Animal Kingdom Lodge, which we really love. The bread service is still great. I had the butter chicken with rice, really good. And we also love the whole atmosphere of Animal Kingdom Lodge. We're outside to have a look at the giraffes and zebras, and spoke to a cast member that was working there, and she took us on a little walk on a path below, and so we were able to go, let's say, a little bit behind the scenes backstage with her and get a lot of extra explanation about the animals. So that was really, really nice. We also went to Space 220 in Epcot. Expensive, but food was good, and the experience with the elevator to space was quite nice. I think it's a little bit overpriced for the overall experience, but we had a good time, good food, so that was nice. We also had a reservation for sci-fi in Hollywood Studios. That's also a favorite here. We love the cinema style, had the drive-in, or what is it called, the outdoor cinema with the little cars, really cute. Typical American food, but it was quite nice to be in that atmosphere again. Then we also tried Woody's Roundup Barbecue in Hollywood Studios, the newer barbecue restaurant in Toy Story Land that was not open when we visited 5 years ago. Really nice theming, some nice things to get the guests into the mood to freeze as toys when Andy was coming by. That were just little audio messages, but it worked out really well. Food was good, a little bit overpriced as well, but nice experience in the park, and that was also quite nice. We also had a reservation at Yak and Yeti in Animal Kingdom, which was probably the best food we had. I really loved that. I had the Asian nachos with a lot of fresh tuna, nice sauce and spices, so really good. The whole family enjoyed that, by the way. We also went to Artist Point at Wilderness Lodge, where we had the character dining experience with Snow White, two dwarfs, and the Evil Queen, which was really good food, nicely themed, and it was also very cool to finally meet two dwarfs. We never had a chance to meet any of them before, so that was a really cool experience, and also nice to just walk around in the Wilderness Lodge and to see that hotel. The funny thing is, Wilderness Lodge looks quite similar to Sequoia Lodge Hotel in Disneyland Paris. So it's not exactly a copy, but it's the same style. Same goes, by the way, for Yacht and Beach Club. Looks like Disney's Newport Bay Club in Disneyland Paris. Yeah, so there are definitely hotels that have a lot of similarities. They're different, but you can tell that Disney reused some of the theming. Disneyland Hotel, Disneyland Paris, the most luxury 5-star hotel that they have, which is right above the entrance of Disneyland Park. That looks really like the Grand Floridian, by the way. So nice to compare that a little bit. I was also surprised that there were far less motorized vehicles, scootmobiles, or I'm not sure what you exactly call them, in the parks compared to 5 and 6 years ago when we also visited Walt Disney World. So it was much easier to get through the parks without tons of scootmobiles blocking the paths. Overall, a couple of things that Disneyland Paris does better than Walt Disney World, I think, and that's entertainment shows, especially. Yeah, the live entertainment, stage show entertainment offering in Disneyland Paris is really, really high quality. I think much better than in Walt Disney World. And for the nighttime spectaculars, in Disneyland Paris, we have drones for quite some time in the pre-shows, the projections. I think everything looks just a little bit better, except for the fireworks, as the fireworks are much, much bigger, much louder in Magic Kingdom. So that's a nice difference. To conclude, I also did the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. It was the first time for us to be able to experience a Halloween party in America, so that was really nice to see, as Halloween is not that popular in Europe. It's getting more popular last couple of years, but it's really different in America, and it was nice to do the trick and treat, to see a couple of characters in their special outfits. We were also surprised that the lines were not extremely long for most characters. If you want to meet Jack and Sally or Stitch in an Elvis costume in Paris, if we would have that, then you would have long lines, hours of wait during the special events. But here, we waited for Stitch maybe like 50 minutes. Jack and Sally was just 20 minutes, and other characters who were even shorter lines. So that was quite nice to see. And last thing that I would love to mention is the photo pass photographers. That's also a big difference, because in Paris you have a photo pass, there are magic shots, there are photo pass photographers with some of the characters. Not always. In Walt Disney World, I have the feeling that there are far more photographers. Almost every character comes with a photographer. And there are so many photographers also just walking around to capture your picture with the castle, with Spaceship Earth, with Walt Disney statue in Epcot, or whatever. And that's something we really miss in Paris. We have the photo pass, but there are a lot of trips that we don't really use it because there's less opportunities to use it. So that's definitely something that is better in Walt Disney World. Better in Paris is also Disneyland Park, so the Castle Park. I think that's much better than Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is bigger, has more rides, including pretty cool rides like Tron or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, stuff that we don't have in Paris. But I think the attention to detail is much better in Paris, like Main Street, no concrete, but little tiles. A little bit smaller. It feels more atmospheric and more cozy. Therefore, the castle, it's so massive in Magic Kingdom, and it lacks detail. The Paris one is far more detailed and looks really nice as it's built on an actual mountain with some rock work and a waterfall on the left side and trees. Yeah, in general, I think Disneyland Park in Disneyland Paris looks better than Magic Kingdom, but overall, everything you can do in Walt Disney World, so many hotels you can visit, so many restaurant experiences, the mini golf parks, the water parks. There's so much more to do that, it's really a vacation destination for us where we can spend weeks. So we had a really good time, and it's nice to see the differences between Paris and Walt Disney World again. That's it. Thank you for listening. And I'm curious to hear what you think about everything I just said. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. It was nice hearing from Niels and his vacation. I'm glad he had so much fun. It is interesting to hear a European's point of view of Disney World because, I mean, as me being a Floridian, living so close, I take the park for granted.
Yeah, sure.
For granted. And So it's nice to hear someone's point of view, especially when they have to travel so far. I mean, you guys come from the Northeast, and you're like, oh man,
Far.
it's far. But he's
Yeah.
coming from Northeast Europe.
So I think he hit the nail on the head with the as much as it hurts to say, Disneyland Paris is probably a better looking park than
Yes.
Magic Kingdom. The attention to detail in Disneyland Paris that was part of the design of the place. So they took
What, you're telling me that
but-
Disneyland Paris looks better even without all the drunk adults going around drinking around the world?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it does. It does look
Wow.
better.
Wow.
shocking. I know.
I think it would be. I like. He commented on the transportation, how much of transportation there is needed in Disney World because the parks are so far apart. Could you imagine if they built Disney World kind of like how they have Universal, where the two parks are right, all the parks are next to each other? So imagine Disney. Imagine Disney Springs is the front area, and then that leads to all the different parks walkways, so you can walk each park from Disney Springs. I think parking would be insane.
That's what I was gonna say. It'd be so congested, so busy.
Congested, but it would be crazy if all the parks were within walking distance of each other.
Yeah, it would be for sure. There's probably a reason why they didn't do that.
We just said it, parking.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, Max, what did you take away from this Neil's recap of his vacation and stuff?
You know, the thing about Niels is that I really like his accent. I could listen to the guy read like audiobooks.
It is true. It's he delivers everything very well.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
it sounds like he had a really good time. It sounds like he saw a lot when he was here, which I guess you have to if you're traveling that far. It sounds like he had a great time. I wonder how often his trips to Walt Disney World are, Nils, if you could let us know that. Curious, because
Well, he said last time I was here was like 10 years ago.
right, so is it like once every 10 years? I mean, he's got a great park to go to. He's got a great home park.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it is saying something about Disney World if you're traveling that far to go to a place. So just definitely the Orlando's definitely the spot where world travelers go to Disney for sure.
Oh yeah.
I do think it's pretty funny how as soon as he got home from Walt Disney World, he went back to Disneyland Paris.
It is funny. It is funny. He has a lot to do with that park, though.
I agree with him though with the Mickey and Minnie Runaway. I think that ride should be at every park. I think it should be at every Disneyland.
It would make sense to, for sure. I've never been on.
I think Mickey deserves a better ride. I think they need
a perfect
I don't
ride.
mind a Mickey Mouse attraction, but it needs to be a better attraction.
No, that attraction is great. Have you been on it?
You know why Mags doesn't like it? Come on.
Yeah, Chris knows one.
He has a ridiculous reason for it.
I don't like screen-based attractions. It has to be really good to be a good.
I thought it was
like,
so you won't like Pirates of the Caribbean in
Alex, we talked about this on our first episode.
Yes.
We talked about how I thought the Paris version was better.
No,
than the Shanghai version.
Okay, you wouldn't like the Shanghai version. I don't know, man.
Like Flight of Passage and Cosmic Rewind are the only screen-based attractions I really like, and they had to do work to win me over.
I don't even love the Avatar ride.
Wow.
But I like the Mickey Runaway ride for sure.
Tying things in full circle because Neil said that Avatar ride was one of his favorites.
It is one of his favorites. It's one of his favorites. Oh my gosh, what is that sound?
Sorry, I'm going to the bathroom, guys.
It's a fact of urgency.
Let's knock this out, guys.
I want to get all 7. That'd be
Let's
amazing.
do it.
I believe we can. I'm doing the first ones.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta reset my clock. 30 seconds. There's no way we're getting all this. Yeah, you're starting us off.
All right. Let me.
When you start.
Is it going to start when I start?
Mhm.
Never started before. The Enchanted Tiki Room features 225 animatronic birds with 120 of them singing.
The Tiki Room at Disneyland has its own restroom, which is unique to the attraction, but is due to initial being planned as a restaurant. Also, Magical Fountain in the middle of the room was initially going to be a coffee station. And that's why it has a storage compartment built into the base.
Walt decided to file Enchanted Tiki Room under the Wet Enterprise instead of Walt Disney Company. This is why it has an admission fee of 75 cents when it opened.
In 1965, the 4 host birds almost had the same coloring, with it being white, green, yellow, and blue. Also, most of the feathers on the animatronics are real.
Trader Sam Enchanted Tiki Room at the Disneyland Hotel incorporates elements from the Tiki Room and also has a drink called Tiki Rum. There are also drummers.
Too many tikis!
There was too many Tiki. I probably missed the Tiki too, honestly.
You did.
We had two more. We had two more fun facts of urgency we didn't get to, and if you want to see those, go over to our Discord, join our Dizneyverse, become a variant, and you can read the rest of those. But sorry if it was a little too fast, guys. We were trying to get through them all as much as possible without Ryan being here, but we failed.
We did better than we normally do.
I have to say we did. I think when Ryan gets back, he should read all these to us.
Can we just give him the Spaceship Earth one again?
Yeah.
That was so funny. I just listened to that episode. It's a good episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. That's
Despite you not being there.
All right. Stop the recording. That's it. Episode's over.
Hey, YouTube.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching.
Recording
Hey,
stop.
if you want to watch us next week, we're going to be discussing Disney's Contemporary Resort, but we're not going to be on YouTube.
That's
Where are
right.
we going to be, Chris?
We will be on our Discord. And you can watch us on Discord by joining our Patreon at Dizneyverse.com or searching Dizneyverse on Patreon or Googling Dizneyverse Patreon. There's a lot of ways. Reach out to me. Text me at 856. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just join our Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You can watch the shows live every single week that we're not on YouTube, which is a lot of weeks.
And if you do actually want to text Chris, his phone number is 856-302-9743.
You're getting dangerously close there.
I did pull up so I could get a certain number of digits correct.
All right, I think North's at least still here. North, thank you so much for watching.
thank you,
I'll
North.
scroll up. Lauren,
Thanks, North.
Ryan, Jaws,
Oh.
if you're rewatching this.
Oh, we're watching.
Redbeard
Paul
variant.
Paul reached out last week on the email to say he appreciated it. So shout out to Paul.
Redbeard variant. Thank
What?
you. I'm just reading.
Vincent. Shout out to Vincent.
Was at Bay Lake last May.